This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 69.
Nice.
I'm gonna be clicking. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 69. I am pint-sized Geisha, and as always, I have Blacklabel.
Hello.
And Azzilee.
Hello.
And today's episode is...
We're going to be doing it on... Well, since Halloween's right around the corner, we're going to do some... We're just going to start early, you know? I mean, it's in a couple days, or spooky season.
October.
All vibes.
A couple days,
spooky.
October, yes. A couple days, October, spooky season. And I feel like we need to just get into it right away.
Yeah.
Oh, also, shout out to Zoid, who commented Tom Nook is the greatest
Yes.
villain. I thought that was hilarious, and
Super
it's
accurate.
incredibly true.
Yep.
Yo, there's some people that be getting really upset at. They're like, Sephiroth's not even the best villain in Final Fantasy. Well, obviously, I've said Kefka has been my favorite villain in Final Fantasy of all time. But
And
it's like,
it's-
man, calm down, guys.
It's an opinion.
Yeah,
So
it's
it
all
doesn't really matter.
opinion-based.
I'm not like backing it up with facts.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and a lot of
It's just our
people,
opinions.
a lot of people had some good comments. Like,
In my opinion.
yeah, I like this guy. He said Shinra is the villain, Sephiroth is the monster of the creator. I was like, oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's
Technically.
smart.
Decay 344 and Tikataka. But yeah,
Taka-taka.
before we get into it, I was talking to somebody about he was asking me to do charity, but I don't get a lot of viewers when I stream. I don't stream that much, so I said I'll just shout them out for their stuff. So yeah, again, before we get into today's episode, it's Stack Up Org or Stack Up. It's a nonprofit organization that supports veterans and active duty militaries through people through video games. And they say a lot of people used to say video games are bad for you, but obviously that has been debunked. It's not. It's very good for you. It helps veterans, or they help veterans facing PTSD, depression, or just that sense of isolation after service. So gaming can be more than just entertainment. It's a community thing. They're very cool, and they help create connections, and sometimes even those connections go throughout a lifetime. So Stack Up Org or Stack Up recognizes that, and their programs they do like care packages.
Nice.
Yeah,
Aw.
to peer support, and they also have like an Overwatch program, and they're breaking down the stigmas, and they're showing how games help people heal. So I thought it was a really cool thing. So shout out to them.
Yes. Shout out.
It's not a ad or promo thing. It was just a cool thing. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
You know, if you're interested, you can check them out, see all the work that they do. It's really nice, I think, to help
other people when
The-
you can.
other people and like veterans. Like they do a lot of stuff for their country, so we
Yeah.
should look out for them.
Exactly. Now, shall we get into the
Spookiness.
spookiness,
Spooky.
the Halloween stuff?
First of all, how was your week?
Oh yeah, first of all, how was your week? It's going. Healing still.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been playing this game called Arena Breakout. Been a little ragey rage today. I was like, fuck, man, somebody shoot this guy on the fucking wall, man. Jesus. And then the homie was running and got Fox killed, and Fox was pissed off, and Fox was like, God damn it, you gave away my position. Oh, yeah. It was good. It was good stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the whole work thing happened where I was supposed to work all last week, but I didn't know. So, yeah. But, yeah. What about you, Miss Geisha?
It was fine. It was fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
We got a concert coming up.
We do.
Yeah.
We got a few concerts coming up all in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah. Breaking Ben.
Yep.
Lorna Shore.
Yep.
And Sleep Token.
Sleep Token.
Sleep token.
Yeah. Yeah, I still need to pay Azzilee for Lorna Shore. I don't think I paid you, right?
I don't remember.
Y-
I can look.
Yeah, I don't think I did. We were just talking
I don't
about that.
remember
So
either.
excited because I've seen so many set list posts of the Sleep Token concert, and I'm pretty stoked.
It's
Pretty
like
good.
it's 3 different concerts for each of us. Mine was Breaking Ben, Azzalee's was Sleep Token, and Lorna Shore was for Label.
I don't think they're going to like Lorna Shore. It's a little hardcore.
That'll be fine. We'll go for the experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants to tell their first Halloween story?
Me,
And these are real true murder
Yes.
I
crime
would like
thingies
These are true
Please.
crime on Halloween.
on Halloween. You would like to go first?
Yes, please.
Please go.
Go ahead.
Okay. My first one is kind of short, but it's gonna be on Ronald O'Brien in 1974, which is known as the Candyman murder. So, it occurred on Halloween in 1974, in the suburbs of Deer Park, Texas, and unfortunately, the victim was Timothy O'Brien, Ronald's 8-year-old son.
Craziness.
Oh, I think I heard this story.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ronald, if I may call him Ron, Ron took his 2 children, Timothy and Elizabeth, trick-or-treating along with a neighbor and his child. And at one of the houses, no one answered the door, but O'Brien lagged behind and later caught up with the group, holding 5 pixie sticks. It's like the little powder, sugary thing in a straw. He handed one to each of his 2 kids, and then 2 to the neighbor's kids, and 1 to another child he recognized from church. And then later that night, they let Timothy have one of the pixie sticks before bed. And they noticed that it was like kind of hard to open, just from the way it was sealed. And but they got it open, and then after Timothy ate it, he complained that it tasted like bitter, or it had like a weird taste. And then immediately after eating it, he started vomiting and convulsing. He unfortunately died en route to the hospital.
Poor thing.
Less than an hour after eating it. Yeah. So the police discovered that the pixie stick contained potassium cyanide.
Oh.
Yeah. And not just the one that was given to Timothy, but all of the pixie sticks. Because it says each tube contained enough cyanide to kill multiple people.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
And so Timothy's contained like a super lethal dose for him.
What?
Yeah, and then the other pixie sticks they confiscated them in time, so like no more, the other kids weren't hurt.
Oh, okay. So
That's
just
some
one
craziness.
kid was hurt?
Yeah, just Timothy.
His own son.
Yeah. But they found that no other poison in the community that kids got were poisoned, so they were like, oh, this is suspicious.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so
It smells like toast.
You do.
it does. Someone toasting?
I don't know.
It was found that Ronald recently took out a life insurance policy on both of his children, totaling over $60,000. So there was a motive.
Oh, so he... okay.
He was in severe financial trouble, and because of this case, I think it's what drove the whole fear of poison candy throughout the nation.
I'm sure it's fine, babe. Somebody's probably making toast.
It smells good, not like burnt. So this, even though Ronald was only targeting his child, it kind of was like something that set into parents and created the urban legend that people would pass out poison candy, which later on, like, people started doing to kids, right? Started sticking things in candy and poisoning it. But yeah, you should be aware of the candy that your kids get during Halloween.
Is somebody making toast?
Yeah.
That's my first one.
Nice.
Okay. You want to go, Geisha, or you want me to go?
I can go. That's fine.
Okay.
So mine is about the hanging decoration that wasn't. So
This is a real story?
this is a real story.
Sounds spooky.
So Halloween morning in Frederica, Delaware. Frederica.
I think so.
It says Fred and Erica.
Yeah.
Frederica.
Whatever, Delaware. Is a small town. Porches are decorated with glowing pumpkins and scarecrows sitting on porches, tombstones. Everybody's getting ready for Halloween, right? Everybody goes all out for Halloween, and this is in 2005. On the morning of October 31st, 2005, as the town woke up, commuters were driving down the South DuPont Highway, and they noticed something. From a large tree by the side of the road, there was a Halloween decoration hanging, just hanging there. From a distance, it looked like a Halloween decoration, a ghost, a witch, a scarecrow. It was startling. It was realistic, but nobody really thought much of it. So you're driving down the freeway, you slow down, you take a look at it. Even some passengers pointed it out, like it looks so convincing. It looks so real. People walked by it and just looked at it for nearly 9 hours. People were driving by, walking by, noticing it. Didn't think much of it. But it was not a decoration. It was a woman.
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
What?
Oh, my God.
It was a woman. When somebody finally got close enough, they realized that it was an actual person, an actual body. It wasn't fake. It wasn't a decoration. It was a 42-year-old woman who had taken her own life during the night.
In Delaware?
So
Yes.
it wasn't like so she took her own life?
What year?
2005.
Oh, dang.
Yes, Halloween.
So it wasn't
morning.
like a Halloween decoration.
Nope.
Is there a background to this? Do we know?
I have a little bit, not a lot of it. So the police were called. The area was taped off. Officers confirmed that it was self-inflicted. There was no foul play, no suspicious, no like evidence of homicide. But it shook the community of Frederica.
Frederica.
So many people passed by it and they didn't think anything of it. So how could a real body be mistaken for a prop, right? If it was any other day besides Halloween. Yeah, go ahead, run. Hurry up. If it was any other day besides Halloween, people might have thought, hey, that's weird, right? But because it was Halloween, people were convinced that it was a skeleton, a dummy, ornament. It was just normal for that time of year. It shook the communities. Neighbors expressed deep guilt about walking past it and not realizing it. None of them realized how real it was. Her name was hidden out of respect for the family. The family requested that her name not be shared.
Did she have like a mental?
Everything about
depression
her personal was all requested.
Secret?
A redacted.
Yeah, from family reasons. The family didn't want anybody to know what was going on with her.
That's fair.
Which is fair, right? But it begs to differ, right? Like I said, on any other day, we would have been suspicious. But because it was Halloween, 9 hours went past and this poor woman was just there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
sad. Rough.
That's
Poor
really
thing.
sad. I think it would be if maybe people do that still nowadays to choose to do it on Halloween because it's less noticeable, especially with such good craftsmanship nowadays. In
And it was 2005, so it wasn't like
2005,
super late.
yeah,
We should have played the disclaimer, babe.
Nah, it's fine. Well, yeah, I guess
we
I
should have
should
played it.
I'll just add it on or something.
Yeah.
that's really sad though.
That is very sad.
Like they're all sad, but that's
Yeah.
it's really unfortunate when people take their own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got. Are you done?
Yep, that's
Alright.
what I had.
So my first one is on the murder of Lisa Ann French in 1973. So every Halloween, parents warn their kids to be careful, check your candy, don't talk to strangers, stay in well-lit areas. But in 1973, a 9-year-old named Lisa Ann French never came home from trick-or-treating. Her case shocked America, created a wave of Halloween fear, and proved that sometimes the monster really does live next door. So, it's October 31st, 1973, Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. A quiet Midwestern town where kids ran free on Halloween night, dressed in homemade costumes, going door to door without parents hovering. This was a time when neighborhoods felt safe, when communities trusted...
73?
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah, okay.
Yes, you interrupted me and I was in the groove.
Sorry.
When communities trusted one another, Lisa Ann French put on her costume, a hobo outfit with an oversized felt hat and a parka, and a smile. She grabbed her bag for candy, said goodbye to her mom, and headed out. Lisa was just 9 years old, a sweet and friendly kid, just planned to go trick-or-treating with her friends and go to the door and get some stuff. But when that friend that she was supposed to go trick-or-treating with was grounded, she decided to go alone. It wasn't unusual. Kids did that all the time back then. Nobody thought twice about it, but the decision was sealed, or is what sealed her fate. So the neighbor. Lisa knocked on a few doors before reaching the home of Gerald Turner, a man in his 20s who lived nearby. Turner was known to the community, just an ordinary neighbor, but Turner harbored a dark, twisted secret about young girls. And on Halloween night, when Lisa appeared on his doorstep in her costume, he lured her inside. So what happened next was pretty horrific. Turner essayed Lisa, then panicked. He strangled her to death inside his own home. Afterward, he placed her body in a plastic garbage bag and dumped it in a rural field outside of town. Lisa's little trick-or-treat bag was never filled with candy. It pretty much ended there. When Lisa didn't come home, her mother called the police, the community mobilized, and neighbors went searching door to door. Fond du Lac was small enough that like pretty much everybody knew each other. It was a really small knit community. And then fear set in once, all that stuff happened. Halloween was supposed to be about candy and costumes, not about missing children. And then 2 days later, Lisa's body was discovered for a small Midwestern town. This wasn't just like a sad thing. It was like unthinkable. Parents started locking the doors. Because, back then it's weird. You always hear stories. People say they never locked the door. But yeah, parents started locking the doors. Kids were never allowed to go outside of the dark or go trick-or-treating by themselves. So suspicion turned towards this man, Turner. At first, he denied everything, but cracks appeared when investigators learned that he had a history of disturbing fantasies and even writing graphic letters about young girls. His girlfriend later confirmed details that linked him to Lisa's death. Turner eventually admitted to killing Lisa. He claimed it wasn't a plan. He just panicked and it happened. His writings harbored behavior that told a different story, though. This wasn't random. He fantasized about crimes like this all the time for years, which is insane. Turner was convicted of second-degree murder and SA. He was sentenced to 38 years in prison, but here's the part that outraged the public. He didn't serve the whole full sentence.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was released and rearrested for parole violations and has spent decades bouncing in and out of the system. Every time he's up for release, the community fights to keep him locked up. Lisa's murder changed Halloween forever. Parents began checking candy, escorting kids door to door, and warning them about strangers, the myth of razor blades, and like poison candy and stuff. Hence, Azzilee's story she just talked about.
Yep.
And none of that stuff came up, or the myth of razor blades and apples and poison candy didn't come from Lisa's case directly, but her tragedy or her death sparked that to make it realize it's a dangerous holiday in some public areas. Interestingly enough, that almost no children have ever been killed by poison candy from strangers, but after Lisa's parents wanted an explanation, something to blame, and candy became the target. The real danger however, was far... I don't know.
What are you reading?
Yeah,
You're not making any fucking sense.
Interesting.
Like,
Interesting. Okay.
What are you saying?
It's talking about how like she didn't die from this, but her parents were trying to find something to reach at to fight. So they were fighting about like how candy was to blame. I don't know. It's what she was talking about. Yeah. It was just like a weird thing. Okay. Basically, Lisa Ann French was a child in a costume excited for candy. Her murder reminds us that evil doesn't come with warning labels like candy. It hides behind friendly faces or familiar faces. And, Halloween wasn't scary because of ghosts or witches. It's about the people next door. Yeah. Don't you ever interrupt me. You were interrupting. You interrupted me so damn much.
Before you turn today into a grumpy day.
Calm your little ass down.
No.
Okay.
Shush your mouth.
I got a question, though, since you guys didn't ask questions. Do you guys think Lisa Ann French, her story, unfairly turned Halloween into a symbol of danger, or was it a wake-up call to the parents?
I think there's a mass amount of things that happened that turned Halloween into
a dangerous holiday.
Not just Lisa and Frank.
Gotcha. Okay, Azzilee, looking back, is it scarier that Lisa's death created candy myths, maybe? Or the real threat was the person that was being trusted in the community?
I think it's always trust.
Yeah.
Because you Yeah, people put on, like, look, Ted Bundy, he was, like, the nicest man, people said. And then look at what he did.
Yeah, this is true.
And I feel like Az's story is the one that really played into the candy.
I
Yeah.
also left out an entire section of my story, so I'll
shucks.
say that when I tell my next story.
Yeah, but that's all I got for my first one. I mean, again, it's crazy. 1993, man.
I can't believe he got released early and then broke parole.
Yeah,
What
it's
a-
insane, man.
Like, I
I don't
feel like
understand the criminal
prison,
justice.
like, changes a lot of people. Maybe it gives them perspective and, like, they seek God. But for that man, he clearly cannot be helped.
Yeah, it's interesting. Interesting. But that's all I got for my first one.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy, actually.
Oh, let me tell the rest of my
Oh,
first story.
yeah.
I didn't tell you guys about the best part.
Okay,
His
was
trial and execution.
oh he got
Nice.
executed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
I
damn.
actually did mine on yours as well, and then I had to change mine.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're fine. You picked it
Um,
first.
So he was arrested 5 days later. So on November 5th, he was arrested, and he had trial on May of 1975.
Mhm.
So his defense claimed that a mysterious stranger had poisoned the candy. Yeah. And then the prosecution presented all this information, like the financial motive, his life insurance policies, and like there was like reports of him asking his colleagues about like chemicals like cyanide. So it's like very sus. And then like the jury convicted him of capital murder and sentenced him to death.
Jesus.
So in June of 1975, he was convicted for murder and 4 counts of attempted murder. And then the jury took less than 45 minutes to give him the death sentence, which is hilarious because it's like, what did you expect?
That's crazy.
And then he spent 10 years trying to appeal his conviction. So, and then his execution happened on March 31st of 1984. So he was executed with lethal injection in Huntsville, Texas. But yeah, it was like, sir, you murdered your child
Yep.
and tried to kill 2 other kids. Like, crazy.
And I feel like Texas is one of the only states, I don't know if they still do it now, that has capital murder and the death penalty.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
I feel like Texas would be that state.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
I'm sure there's a few states out there.
I think
still.
so too.
Texas would seem like one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then outside of outside the courtroom, people were cheering and shouting "trick or treat" as his execution was taking
Oh,
place.
damn.
Isn't that crazy? Well, like I said, not the. What did I say it was? Outside of his prison, they were doing this. But yeah.
Gotcha.
Damn, this is gonna be a short episode.
Next time you should tell us to look at 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I should say 3. It's fine.
these are pretty
It's
short.
good. It's
All right.
good.
Yeah, but she still has to tell us our second
Yeah,
one.
this
Her
is my
second one.
second one.
That
Oh,
was the
true.
close
Yeah,
of the
you're
first
right.
one.
My bad.
And my second one is a little
I
long.
forgot we have one more story to tell.
Yeah.
I think this one is really interesting, but it was called the Japan Joker Attack, and it occurred in 2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
So it happened on Halloween in 2021 on the Keio Line train in Tokyo, Japan. And the attacker was Kyota Hattori, and he was 24 years old. He hurt 17 people
Jesus.
and critically injured 1, which was an older man. But there was no deaths. So that's good. But the terror that he caused was widespread. So passengers on the Keio line were traveling toward Shinjuku, one of Tokyo's busiest districts, on Halloween night. And Hattori, dressed as the Joker, a purple suit, green shirt, tie, inspired by Batman's
I'm looking at it right now.
iconic villain.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, he just before 8 p.m. he pulled out a knife and began stabbing passengers at random.
Oh my God.
He then pulled out lighter fluid, poured it in the car, and then set it on fire.
Jesus.
Yeah, so like there's even video footage of people inside the train car like trying to get like climbing out of the window trying to get out of the flames. So he was obviously captured. But during the police interrogation, Hattori admitted that he just wanted to kill a lot of people. He thought it would get him the death penalty if he killed 2 or more people. And he said he was struggling with depression, job failure, and feelings of worthlessness. And he specifically chose Halloween night because he knew the trains would be crowded and his Joker costume would not stand out. He also said he wanted to kill happy-looking people.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
In Japan, if you are unsatisfied with your life, you have no money, you're in debt, your job sucks, there's something you can do, like you pay somebody or a company and they just make you disappear and you start over again.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've seen it.
Maybe he didn't have like the financial means to help him.
Yeah, and then I also, in Japan, if you're homeless, you pay like $1 to live in like a hotel, but then they like live stream your whole life so other people can watch you.
Oh, weird.
A little weird. I don't know if it's true or not, but this is everything I see on Instagram. But yeah,
Huh.
crazy.
I wonder if, gotta look into this.
Yes, but
So-
that's insane.
Yeah. Unlike many mass attackers, Hattori made no attempt to escape. So after he set the fire, he calmly sat down in the train with a cigarette and waited for the police. He was arrested on the spot.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's the picture that you see when you Google him.
The attack shocked Japan, a country with one of the lowest violent crime rates in the world. And I looked this up. It said homicide rates per 100,000 people. Japan is at about 0.25, while the U.S. is 6.3.
Jesus.
Yeah. And it revived fears of copycat crimes because just months earlier in August of 2021, another man had stabbed passengers on an Odakyu, sorry, I don't know Japanese, electric railway train. And in 2019, a man carried out a deadly knife attack on school children in Kawasaki.
Oh my God.
Media dubbed it as the Joker attack because of his costume and demeanor.
That makes sense.
Hattori was charged with attempted murder, arson, and other counts, and the court noted he had clearly planned the crime, buying a knife, lighter fluid, and costume ahead of time. So, for his defense, his lawyers didn't dispute that he carried out the attack, but they did focus on his mental state. So, he was obviously suffering from depression and suicidal ideation, and intended to die or face execution rather than live. They suggested diminished responsibility should be considered. And so for his victims, the one who was critically injured was a man in his 70s who was stabbed in his chest. Thankfully, he survived, but he testified and he still struggles with physical and emotional scars. And then other passengers described the panic and trauma of escaping through train windows.
Yeah, that's scary.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was looking it up, and like a bunch of them jumped out the window, which is weird to me. Like, so what's this one guy with a knife? Like,
But he set the train car on fire.
Yeah.
oh, he set the train car. on
Yeah, that's why they were
fire.
escaping through the window.
That's why they
I thought
were
you said
running
car, like a
away.
car.
No,
like,
train car.
Oh, okay, that makes a little more sense then.
In July of 2023, he was finally sentenced to 23 years in prison.
Jeez.
The court found that he had clear intent and planning. However, because no one was killed, the death penalty was off the table under Japanese law. Judges emphasized the crime's cruelty and the long-term harm to victims, but also weighed his mental health struggles. Halloween in Shibuya and other parts of Tokyo have grown into a massive street party in recent years, and after the Joker attack, police greatly increased security during Halloween celebrations. A Joker costume man calmly smoking after stabbing passengers and setting a fire spread virally worldwide, and for many, it blurred the line between pop culture horror and real-world violence. The Joker attack has become a shorthand in Japan for random attention-seeking violence in public spaces.
I like that definition.
You know, Geisha,
What?
your and clicking playing Lands Island is very
I'm paying
not
attention. I'm
team,
in it. 'Kay?
not team oriented right now.
She is
We are
very team oriented.
She-
I'm
she
more
was
engaging than you
engaged.
are.
What do you mean? I'm
You're-
listening.
You didn't even know that it was on a train car.
Yeah, I misheard her, young lady.
Because we weren't listening.
Okay.
I can multitask.
Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. Are you done?
Yeah, that's it.
That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know, like...
So this happened in 2021. So he's not gonna get out until like 50 or 40.
Yeah, he wasn't convicted until 2023, so he's
Damn.
got till 2025
So,
at least.
I
or
wonder-
2050, sorry.
I wonder if he gets like
Time served.
Time served. like in the United States. If
Oh.
it took them
I'm not sure.
20 something years to convict him.
No, they only took 2 years.
Oh, 2 years.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not sure. I assume Japan has like stricter laws.
Yeah, I
so
think they're a little
maybe
more
he
strict.
doesn't get parole. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Never get in trouble in Japan as a tourist, because let me tell you, I watched a documentary about it.
Is
is
it about
not
the
a
guy
good
where he just
idea.
had to sit down over and over and he said like it was just too much for him? Because they have rules. You have to follow fucking rules.
I think you're thinking of the documentary we watched about Korea, where he stole a sign.
No.
Oh.
It was in Japan. And the guy was like talking about how they have a schedule, a set thing where like you have to sit on your knees.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, on rice.
No. Like just what?
They like have like every day at 7 o'clock they sit in silence for an hour. At 8
Yeah.
o'clock you go to work. At
And-
9:30 you take a 10-minute break.
And the
9
guy complained
10,
about
you
it.
do this.
And the guy complained about it, but
very
it's like
structured.
you're in prison. Like why? That's all you're doing. Just, at least it's not over here. We're in like the Philippines. Just calm down.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just very structured.
Drop your story, ma'am. Drop it for us.
Okay, mine is about the Napa Halloween murders taking place in 2024.
Oh my gosh, you guys got
Yes.
some early ones. I got the old school ones.
I wanted more recent times
Mhm.
because I feel like it's more.
Yeah.
Like
PSA.
People, yeah, it's like more recent, so people
Mhm.
should be more vigilant.
Yeah.
Yes, be vigilant, people.
I'm probably not gonna add the thing on here. I'm just gonna make it like 18 and older.
Okay.
I don't feel like editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Napa, California is known for its vineyards and its wineries and a peaceful small town. It is the last place anybody expected a brutal cinematic crime. But on Halloween night 2004, 3 women, Lisa,
2004.
or yeah, what did I say?
24.
2024.
Oh, sorry, 2004. 2004, guys. 3
That's
women.
like last year.
2024, 21 years ago. 3 women. Lisa, who was 26, she was a former beauty queen. Andrea, also 26, a civil engineer, and their friend Lauren, all shared a rental home. Okay. That Halloween, they stayed in, they passed out candies to trick-or-treaters, they were drinking wine and enjoying each other's company. By 11 p.m., the candy was gone, they turned off their porch light, and the 3 roommates headed to bed. Everyone kind of called it a night. Lisa and Andrea went upstairs to their room while Lauren, her bedroom was downstairs. So Lisa and Andrea upstairs, Lauren downstairs. Around 2 a.m., Lauren was awoken by glass breaking, a window being forced open. So she started heading downstairs, and then she just starts hearing screaming. She got scared, so she ran out the back door and crouched in the yard. She hid, right?
In her own house instead of running upstairs.
The backyard.
She ran out of her house.
I know, instead of going to help her friends.
Yeah. So she ran
You're
out
not
of the
gonna
house.
survive running into the house farther.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's upstairs, she's sleeping, she hears glass breaking, she makes her way downstairs, and she just hears screaming. So then she runs out the back door
Oh, okay.
and hides in the backyard. So she's outside, she's crouching down. Inside the house, an intruder armed with a knife was on a mission. He went upstairs and attacked both women as they were sleeping. Lisa was stabbed repeatedly in her bed, and Andrea tried to fight and escape. Oh, maybe I got it backwards. Hold on. I'm so sorry. So Lauren was downstairs.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Lauren downstairs.
Lauren was downstairs. She was the one whose bedroom was downstairs. How did she hear screaming, though?
I mean,
It's
she
your
ran out.
story. You're telling me.
I don't know.
I could yell downstairs and you could hear me. You say I'm loud all the time. Of course they can hear her.
No, but I'm saying if you were an intruder, wouldn't you wouldn't you start downstairs instead of going upstairs? I guess the intruder was upstairs.
Well, I mean,
Well, they
who
heard
knows?
glass breaking. Maybe they climbed up. They climbed up somehow and got into the upstairs bedroom.
I mean, yeah,
guess.
it's your story.
I know, but I was reading it, and my brain automatically thought that it was downstairs. The person who was downstairs was killed first, but I
maybe
guess I
that-
was wrong. Okay, well, Lisa, who was downstairs, ran out the back door and was hiding, and the killer was in the house upstairs, killing the 2 women who were sleeping upstairs.
I wouldn't even hid, to be honest. I would have ran to a neighbor's house.
Yeah. So he was upstairs and he had attacked Lisa, who was stabbed repeatedly in her bed. And Andrea tried to fight and escape. And she was crawling down the hallway. But then her attacker stabbed her again and again and again until she collapsed. Neighbors later recall hearing cries and screaming just, through the night. Lauren, who was downstairs, finally creeped back inside and she found blood everywhere. Both of her roommates were dead. She called 911 and she told dispatch, "They're gone. Somebody killed my friends." The murder stunned Napa. Detectives quickly discovered cigarette butts just outside the home. The killer had smoked nervously while waiting to break in. DNA from the butts provided a lead, but no immediate match. So like they had the lead, but the DNA didn't match anybody in the system. Nearly 2 years later, the case was dragging on. Nothing was going on. The community was haunted by the idea of a killer on the loose. Then in 2026, police confronted a man they had quietly suspected, Eric Koppel. Eric wasn't a stranger. He was the fiance of one of Andrea's best friends. So another woman who was not in this house, who was best friends with one of the women in the house. He had attended the funerals. He hugged their grieving families. He pretended to mourn, but the DNA tied him to the cigarette. And then he confessed.
Maybe that's why
He went
he
upstairs.
went upstairs immediately, because that's where she was.
Yeah,
So
maybe. That makes sense.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Interesting.
well, if you were breaking in from downstairs, wouldn't you clear downstairs before you move upstairs?
Well, you don't know, man. You're
Yeah,
trying.
maybe.
Yeah.
He's trying to get to
But
her.
but if he was in the house and he was like knows the family, wouldn't you? I don't know, whatever. I'm
Maybe
thinking
he's
too
never
much in.
been there. I don't know.
Yeah. His motive was never really clear. He kept changing his stories. Jealousy, bitterness, resentment over Andrea's close relationship with his fiance.
What a weirdo.
Yes. What is certain, though, is that he planned it and he brought a knife and he chose that night. At sentencing, the families of Lisa and Andrea delivered heartbreaking statements. Andrea's mother spoke directly to Eric, describing the pain of knowing her daughter's killer had stood beside her in grief.
Yeah,
Eric
that's-
wept and listened.
That's the thing that drives me crazy the most is like those guys, those people that
Yes.
like go, they act like, oh, I'm here helping search for them. I've
you
seen
don't
it so
wanna
you
get
see
it.
it so many times.
Documentaries.
Yeah, in documentaries, and it's like, no, this motherfucker did it.
Yep. He stood by her mama and cried with her.
Okay,
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
Good.
nice.
It left a
Fuck
permanent
Eric.
scar on the community. It felt something out of a horror movie, a masked figure sneaking into a house, woman being attacked in their sleep, blood on the walls. But it wasn't a script, it was real. Today, the case is remembered as one of the darkest moments in Napa history. Proof that even the safest community with beautiful wineries and vineyards.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't make fun of me. My brain is not braining today.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can even result in something horrific.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. It has no real tie to Halloween itself, but it just happened to happen on Halloween.
Yeah, that's insane. Okay, thank you for that story, ma'am.
Yeah.
Moving on to my last one. Like I said, I have like the older ones. So this is a 1979 one.
70s were wild.
Yeah.
70s are wild.
that was the party years. Yeah, because no forensics really, no DNA. Yeah,
What is the deadliest decade of
like 70s,
US
80s,
history?
right?
I
70s,
think like
80s,
the 80s and
70s.
70s, 80s.
Okay, so this one is going to be on the murder of Shirley Ledford. Okay, Halloween night, 1979. 16-year-old Shirley Ledford left a party in Los Angeles. She was trying to get home. Instead, she ended up in a van of two of the most sadistic killers in California and that they have ever seen.
The Night Stalker.
Yeah, listen. What happened that night was so horrifying, detectives said that they could never unhear the evidence. This is the story of Shirley Ledford, the victim of the toolbox killers. So, it's October 31st, 1979. Los Angeles is alive with Halloween energy. Costumes, teenagers are out late at night. Shirley was just 16, leaves for a party and stops at a gas station. She didn't decide to hitchhike home, a common choice at the time, even if it feels dangerous to us today. Or she decided to, sorry. She couldn't have known that the two predators picking her up were some of the ones that are trying to hurt her, you know? So Lawrence Bittaker and Roy Norris met in prison. Both had long records of SA. Together, they formed a chilling pact. When they got out, they would go hunt young women. They bought a van nicknamed the Murder Mac and stocked it with tools: hammers, pliers, screwdrivers, ice picks. Their goal was to abduct, torture, and kill, and to keep souvenirs of their crime. By Halloween 1979, they had already murdered at least 4 other women.
Jesus.
Shirley was just waiting for a ride. Bittaker and Norris pulled up their van and offered her a lift. She accepted. Why wouldn't she? They didn't look like monsters. To Shirley, it was just a ride home from a long night. Once inside the van, Shirley was trapped. The men tied her up, drove her to a secluded area. For hours, they tortured her with pliers and hammers. They essayed her repeatedly. What made the case uniquely horrifying is that Bittaker insisted on recording the torture. On tape, Shirley can be heard crying, begging, at one point chillingly trying to cooperate in the hope they'd let her live. The killers just laughed in the tape.
Oh, what psychopaths.
When the police later discovered the audio tape, even hardened detectives couldn't handle it. Some broke down in tears. During the Bittaker's trial, the tape was played only for the jury. Reporters weren't allowed to hear it. To this day, only snippets have ever been leaked, and they confirmed that this was one of the most disturbing pieces of evidences ever entered into a courtroom. So the murder, after hours of torment, Shirley was strangled with a wire coat hanger, twisted with pliers until it crushed her windpipe.
Oh, Jesus.
Instead of hiding her body like their previous victims, Bittaker and Norris dumped Shirley on a random lawn in Sunland, California. It was like their final act of cruelty. Like, it's just garbage, you know? A jogger found Shirley's body the next morning. At first, police thought it was a lone act of violence, but the brutality, the lack of motive, and the public nature of disposal all suggested something far more sinister. The investigation, it was cracked when Norris bragged to a friend about what they've done. Horrified, that friend went to the police. Investigators raided the van and homes of the killers, finding Polaroids, tools, and most chillingly, the tape. It confirmed pretty much everything. Both men were arrested. Norris agreed to testify against Bittaker in exchange for avoiding the death penalty, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
Is that these fucking losers have the audacity to, this is our pact, blah, 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 we're going to do all this shit together. But then as soon as, like, some shit happens, they bitch out and they just turn on each other. Some fucking pussies, man. Some goddamn pussies.
I think in like situations like this where there's two, you should not be able to offer a plea deal.
Yeah, they both just get fucking hung, man. Fuck
Yeah.
those guys.
Like I think it's just not ethical.
That's the thing. Yeah, it's just
but at
always.
the same time, maybe killing
I
somebody
just
is not ethical.
feel like that shit always blows my mind, especially now that we have daughters, and I have a lot of sisters, and it's like, fuck these guys. They did this previously, you know what I mean? And then they're like laughing about it, like all bragging. It's like these grown men. She was 16, and these dudes just. Yeah, I think they should just get hung in front of everybody and stoned to death.
I think it's just a way for the prosecution to get a penalty, because sometimes if they don't take a plea, it could go on for a long time. So this is probably their way to get it faster. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but it's probably how they do it the fastest route.
Yeah. I don't understand it.
Because look at one of my cases. It took 2 years to convict him, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's dumb. They both should get the death penalty.
Yeah.
But
they killed multiple people.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, again, Norris agreed to testify against Bittaker just to avoid the death penalty. He detailed every crime, including the Shirley's murder, describing how they picked their victims and what they did to them. Without his testimony, the jury might never have grasped the full scope of horror. Roy Norris was sentenced to 45 years to life. Lawrence Bittaker was sentenced to death in 1981 through California. Even though California never executed him, I don't know why that's a whole thing that you get put on death row, but you never get executed. It's weird to me. He died of natural causes in 2019. Norris died in prison a year later in 2020. So it just sucks that these motherfuckers killed this girl in 1979, but they got to live, however long later. It's ridiculous to me. Because Shirley was abducted on Halloween night, her case became permanently tied to the dangers of the holiday. Parents began warning teenagers not to hitchhike, not to stay out too late, and not to trust strangers. Just like the Lisa French thing in 1973, Shirley's case turned Halloween from a night of fun into a reminder of how quickly things can go wrong. The Shirley Ledford case has become one of the most infamous true crime circles. Often cited as one of the most sadistic murders in modern American history, it changed how California viewed parole, sexual offenders, and repeat criminals. And for parents, it reinforced the idea that predators could be anywhere, even cruising neighborhoods on Halloween. Do you guys think that this case became infamous because it happened on Halloween night, or pretty much what happened, it wouldn't matter about the date?
Nothing about the date.
Yeah.
I think it was just gonna happen.
It just happened to be on Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that you hear all these stories that don't end well about hitchhiking back in the day, but then we have Uber.
Yeah.
Just saying.
But Uber, you have to sign up and you have to give like a lot of personal information before you can do it.
Yeah, but there's been so many attacks on women in Ubers. Just saying.
I mean, you could say the same thing
Be
for
vigilant.
women. You could say the same thing for men Ubers that get treated disrespectfully.
Yep. I'm just saying, be vigilant.
Does the fact that they recorded Shirley's torture make this case even more haunting, that they could hear her in the background?
Yes.
I think that alone is like proof of their wrongdoing.
They
So how do
shouldn't
you
even-
get out of? How did you get out of the death penalty?
Yeah.
You literally have it on video. It's
I
crazy.
just don't understand
Yeah,
the whole
I agree.
system, though. Like, if you're on death penalty and you are convicted, you should be
I'm
sentenced
sure
to
there
death.
was some kind of community outcry because of that. There had to have been.
Yeah, so Shirley Ledford was just 16-year-old when she got into a van on Halloween night and never made it home. Her story is a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters don't wear masks or hide in haunted houses. They drive vans, live in neighborhoods, and hunt when no one is watching. Her case remains one of the most darkest chapters in California's history and one of the most chilling crimes ever tied to Halloween night. Yeah, so that's all I got for mine.
That's crazy.
I just Googled this, but 23 states have the death penalty still.
Oh, wow.
And
That's a lot.
Texas has the highest. So total executions since 1976, Texas has 594.
Yeah,
Damn.
Texas don't play.
The next highest is Oklahoma with 128.
I think Texas is like pretty serious with capital murder too. Like
Yeah.
you're straight death penalty,
I
buddy.
mean, they have
What's the
to
difference
be,
between
right?
murder and capital murder?
Let's see.
Fact check.
Difference between murder and capital murder in Texas. In Texas. Okay, so
Or just in general.
in Texas, the difference between murder and capital murder lies in the presence and specific aggravating factors of potential punishments. A capital murder charge can result into the death penalty or life in prison without parole.
I know that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. I don't see
Like,
it.
difference.
Okay, so here it is.
Okay.
So murder, according to Texas Penal Code, murder occurs when a person intentionally or knowingly causes the death of another person, intends to cause serious bodily injury, and commits an act that causes the death of another person, and commits or attempts to commit a felony, and in the commission of that felony commits an act that causes the death of another person. Capital murder is the murder of a public servant, like a peace officer, firefighter, judge, murder during another felony. So the murder is committed while the offender is committing another attempt to another felony.
Yeah, like if they stole a car and they killed somebody.
Murder for hire,
Okay.
where the offender commits the murder they were paid for. Prison-related murder,
Okay.
murder of a child, and multiple
child.
multiple murders.
Okay.
And a child in Texas is 10 years or younger.
Oh. So she wasn't a child.
Yeah. But that's still crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
guess regular murder is probably just like manslaughter.
Yeah.
It's like accidental killing.
Yep. That's wild, man.
Wild. Crazy. The world is crazy.
The world is crazy, man. Yeah, but we got a bunch of more stories like this coming up. Maybe not these stories, but some other stories for Halloween.
Ooh, Washington's on the board.
Yeah, but I
We
think
don't
the last
have death penalty anymore, but we've had 5
I-
since 1976.
I think the last one was like
Gotcha.
in 2000, right? It was 2000s.
know.
Yeah, for like a guy killing somebody. I remember reading about it.
Dang.
But yeah, that's all I got. You guys want to add anything?
I'm just saying, let this be a friendly reminder that Halloween is like supernatural, scary, like ghosts, goblins, but people are the scariest things
They are.
in the world.
They are.
Halloween's hard because you can also, it's like a big holiday where you dress up
Mm-hmm.
and you conceal your identity. And people nowadays come in all different shapes and sizes. So, like, you could see a person in a costume that looks like a child and could be an adult, and, like, they could lure you away.
Yep.
Yep.
Don't let that happen.
Yep.
Yep. Just like that one story, quote unquote, that she was little, but she passed as she was adopted, but she was really like an adult.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a movie. What's it
Yeah.
called?
I don't know.
Not The Orphan? Maybe The Orphan? Might be
I
The
don't
Orphan.
remember.
Yeah, but until then, keep grinding them levels and finishing them side quests, guys.
As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint-Sized Geisha, Blacklabel, and me, Azzilee.
Bye-bye. Oh, wrong one. There you go.
We gather round the mic, tales of knights and dice. Gaming worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Azzilee and Geisha chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and game and talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan. In our little podcast clan, women leading through the air. Join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles.